That's right, Life of Kai Season 4. Check it out on Red Bull TV. And we are checking out heat number 11, opening round here at the MEO Rip Curl Pro. As you can see, still some size in the swell. And the tide change, when we top it out, it's going to be over a 9-foot tide change. So that changes the personality of this wave. K.Igarashi, opening wave. Igarashi with a couple of nice snaps on the forehand, and that's going to be the opener for the surfer representing Japan. I like it. Board looks good.
Oh my gosh, that board looks insane. Giving him enough speed to apply great maneuvers off the lip right there, down the line, beautiful board slide, and finish it off even stronger. And let's just mention the timing right there on that last turn, using that backwash to his advantage. You're going to see the wave has a rhythm, and he's just flowing through it right there. When the wave kind of lumps up, he hits that like we have it now, but he's flowing. Looks like Joao way down the line.
Chumbinho, J.Chianca.
You know, when we talk about this, surfers have to bring something new to the table every time, and sometimes it's just not the surfing. It's a different board. It's going to make you with a different approach, and this board's looking amazing under his foot. Beautiful turn for him, and this is the first one from Matthew. Critical section right there, a little steeper than the opponents. Was able to find that nice and finish it off here. Let's see, it gets up in vertical once again. All the surfers actually starting off pretty well. That it's like soft and nice to surf. It's just hard. Like there's a lot of backwash as we see it here. Joao Chumbinho.
Just explosive on the approach right there. Some difficult sections, but was able to explode through those sections. J.Chianca.
From Saquarema.
Yeah.
Like that's the birth of it. But as you see it right here, how he's going to open up and actually get a good release, redirecting that nose and critical, and he's up and riding once again.
One more time for K.Igarashi. Well-paced turns, and the placement of the turns almost perfect. Look at sharp, short radius, big hooks for Kanoa, and you can just tell that he's feeling good about it by the way he kicks out of that wave.
No doubt, and you mentioned about the board, and I'm going to have to mention once again, he's going to do this turn, and look how much downtime he can wipe off the speed right there and wait for the wave to get steep. And then he can unleash his...
That's huge by the standards that we're set at right now.
Yeah, fair enough. A different surf type of wave. We see it up and riding once again, Matthew.
Matty have to go float through that section. A little bobble there. Just has to ease the turn. Looks like he's a little bit forced through that wave. You could tell that he was surfing upriver.
Yes, I agree with you. And nursing a little bit too much. I think because once he landed from that floater, lost a little bit of balance. And because that second section had a good opportunity for him to unleash and like put an exclamation point, and that's what the judges are looking. One big section today. Beautiful floater, generated speed, but right here,
drift of the current or with the drift of the current. And it seems like I don't know if the lefts are the call right now.
Yeah, mostly where he's sitting, right? He is right in front of us, right behind us, and there's the two shallow banks to our left and to our right.
Paniche there as we turn our attention to the use of priority by J.Chianca. Has to get around this big section, and that's going to be a priority error.
The wave just breaks even faster down the line. But you kind of got to keep swinging. I think I can't remember who specifically said that, but I think it was Jack Robinson, which is usually a very selective surfer out on heats, and he was mentioning, hey, I like to surf my way into rhythm here. In a condition like right now, it's very challenging, windy, and it looks like Kanoa up and riding.
Here he comes, heat leader, looking strong. Another big snap for Igarashi. Well-timed finish there, lip glide, and he's just doing everything right in this heat. So that's got to be a good feeling. You're halfway through the heat. Everything seems to be going K.Igarashi's way.
Going to do down the line, but right here, nice projection. He's going to get into this turn, a lot of spray, finish it off strong. I personally think it's going to be something similar to the first, the 617 that he has, but a little bit lower, like not as dynamic, didn't redirect the board as much as he did on the other wave. So
yeah, well, you called it 5.17 that we're watching on the replay right here, Jesse. So not one of his top two waves, but Kanoa's still in the lead.
Yeah, and I think just to simplify things, I guess he was more lateral on this wave. So it's a question mark for us how it's going to be. I'm sure there's going to be waves, but let's see it if it's going to be nice and copy.
Chumbinho, nice snap there. Wave's got some good form here. Well paced, well put together, a nice rhythm, a nice tempo. on the backhand right there. So found just a little diamond in the rough out there.
For success, as you see it right here, nice and calm, very critical, and then he kind of goes down the line, takes his time, and then wraps with a nice carve and finish it off with a beautiful vertical turn. The wave a little bit smaller, but it's going to be another good score for Chumbinho, probably better than what he has already, and apply more pressure into Matthew. A great pace right there from him, and finish it off with a lot of energy, which we expect from him.
Joao, we're waiting for that score to check in and see where it places him. He'll likely remain in second place here, but he will make the job harder for Matthew McGillivray, who's up and riding right now. Matty finds a couple of big sections there and connects them. So had to get around the big whitewater section, but was able to really like seamlessly put those two turns together.
Yeah, and what I love about that wave, Kaipo, is just there's a point of difference. Here's Matthew. Beautiful setup here, gaining speed down the line, and that's what I said, like he's gonna go get vertical, but he extends the board away from him and brings back under. We've seen Kanoa put two turns together that were very well placed and very well timed, but this one, he had a lot of extension on that second turn, so I'm excited to see what the scores come.
And Kanoa finding a left, tosses the fins out the back. Little check turn there. Surfing way up the beach this time. Igarashi gets the finish, so judges have their work cut out for them, and we'll see how that affects the standings in this heat.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. Like for us, like we can just talk about what we like the most on one or two waves, but they have to really break it down. Every single wave that was ridden in the last 5 minutes, which was probably about 6 of them, so they have a lot of work to get done. Even though this...
Once again, out in the water with Matthew McGillivray and Kanoa Igarashi in the booth. This is myself, K.Igarashi, along with Jesse Mendez. Here we go. Igarashi pops it up, puts it down, spins around. No problem for Kanoa Igarashi. Quick feet, happy feet to finish off there. What a performance so far by Kanoa.
I mean, barely any mistakes on this heat so far.
Another look here.
As we see it right here, that was the first turn that we missed. Kind of a setup turn, had to be a little bit flatter, and then beautiful air reverse right there. Actually very lofty for the section, and you see how much speed he came out of that air and was able to move his feet back to the place. And you're gonna see it from the drone angle here, just this first setup. Eyeing it down the section in front where he knew was where he could maximize the potential of that wave, and he's moved his front foot and back foot back to the right place of the board, and this might be it.
Here he goes, left. Big explosive turn there. Might need a little bit more, and looks disinterested. And I'm going to count that as a priority error.
See how there's a lot of size, probably one of the biggest waves we've seen is ridden in this heat so far, but just the wave going out to sea, and that happens a lot when we have very west steep swell on the left, because it kind of runs down the beach. And
well, shackles off now. We'll go for Joao, just looking for anything because he's in third priority. So now he's just free to roam, catch as many waves as he possibly can and give himself a chance. Yeah. Here we go with Joao, tosses the fins. No more opportunity for there. So now feeling a little bit of desperation, perhaps, just trying to put anything together. Here goes Kanoa Igarashi, seeking a section. He's just going to take this one in. Strong lead for Igarashi. Tosses that one away.
That's good for Joao, like, because he just gave up his priority, and Joao's 9 second. Actually, Matthew just gave up his priority as well on a closeout, so it's up to him now in the ocean.
Chumbinho needs a gift right now from the Atlantic, but still possibility with 59 seconds remaining. There's the numbers. 13.34 for Kanoa Igarashi. Great effort. New board's looking good for Igarashi. We're going to move on to another heat